Unexplainable, that is the word that leading scientists are using, and many are now calling it a full-blown crisis in physics. From impossible galaxies that defy our models of cosmic evolution to signs of life beyond Earth, James Webb's latest discoveries have shattered the limits of known science and thrown humanity into a new era of questioning everything we thought we knew. What if everything we thought we understood about the birth of the universe was wrong? What if the foundational assumptions of cosmology and physics are not as unshakable as we believed? Stay with us, because what you're about to see will change the way you look at the night sky forever. This is not just about stars or planets. It is about rewriting the very narrative of existence, about challenging the boundaries of knowledge that have stood for centuries. It all started with what scientists described as a whisper in the cosmos. Faint, almost ghostly signals from galaxies that defied all conventional understanding began to reach Webb's sensitive instruments. These signals were like fragments of a cosmic language that we were only just beginning to decipher. In July 2023, a dedicated team of astrophysicists analyzing deep field data from Webb identified 3 peculiar galaxies. These galaxies were unlike anything ever seen before. Their light carried signatures that didn't match what we expect from typical star formation processes. Instead, it hinted at the existence of something entirely new and deeply mysterious: dark stars. Dark stars, theoretical objects that could exist in the early universe, are believed to be powered not by nuclear fusion like the stars we know, but by dark matter. This possibility alone is staggering, for dark matter itself remains one of the greatest enigmas of science. These dark stars could have grown to unimaginable sizes, dwarfing even the largest stars in our known universe. Scientists now believe that these dark stars might be the missing puzzle piece that explains the abundance of black holes scattered throughout the cosmos. And here's the terrifying part: dark matter makes up 85% of the universe, yet we still don't truly understand it. If dark stars are real, they could rewrite the entire story of stellar evolution and challenge everything we know about how light, energy, and matter interact. But Webb was only just getting started, and what came next would shake the scientific world even more. Webb then turned its gaze toward a distant exoplanet named GJ1214b, a super-Earth orbiting a small red dwarf star about 40 light-years away. Initially dismissed by earlier telescopes as too hot and too cloud-covered to study in detail, this world was considered unremarkable. But Webb's powerful infrared instruments pierced through the planet's thick atmosphere and revealed a reality that stunned researchers. The planet not only had enormous clouds of water vapor but also regions that appeared surprisingly habitable. Even more shocking was the discovery of methane in its atmosphere, a compound that, here on Earth, is often linked to biological activity. Could this mean that something is happening there, something alive? Some scientists now believe that GJ1214b could be a water world, a planet entirely covered by deep global oceans stretching for thousands of miles. Could life exist in such an alien environment? We may be closer to answering that question than ever before, because the James Webb Space Telescope has begun revealing something unprecedented: worlds that mirror our own in temperature, composition, and possibly even life. Each new observation is a step toward unraveling the greatest question of all: are we alone, or is life a cosmic inevitability, waiting to emerge wherever the conditions are right? When we think of smoke, we think of Earth, fires, industry, combustion, the residue of life and civilization. But what if I told you that Webb just discovered smoke signals from 12 billion years ago? That's right. While observing a galaxy at the farthest edge of the observable universe, James Webb detected polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons, complex organic molecules that are found in smoke and are also critical building blocks of life here on Earth. These molecules were discovered in a galaxy so distant that their light has taken over 12 billion years to reach us. Webb was only able to detect them thanks to the phenomenon of gravitational lensing, where the gravity of a massive object magnifies the light of objects behind it. The implications of this are profound. If building blocks of life like these existed long before Earth was even formed, then life may not just be possible across the universe, it may be inevitable. It suggests that the raw ingredients for biology have been scattered throughout space since the dawn of time, waiting to be assembled into something living. But Webb's revelations were about to grow even stranger, moving from the microscopic scale of molecules to the grand, cosmic architecture of galaxies themselves. One of Webb's greatest technical feats so far was recreating an observation that once took Hubble 11 days. Webb accomplished the same feat in less than 24 hours. But what it revealed wasn't just beautiful, it was disturbing. Webb's ultra-deep field showed galaxies that were so old, so dense, and so well-formed that their very existence threatens the foundations of cosmology. These galaxies simply shouldn't be there. According to our current models, It should take billions of years for galaxies to reach such a mature state. Yet there they are, massive galaxies with supermassive black holes, existing just 600 million years after the Big Bang. Some of these black holes are 1,000 times more massive than the one in the center of our own Milky Way galaxy. It's as if the universe skipped steps, fast-forwarding through the normal stages of cosmic evolution. Joel Lahar, an astronomer from Penn State, confessed, "This is the most puzzling and intriguing collection of objects I've ever seen in my career. If our models can't explain these ancient giants, then maybe we've misunderstood the universe's beginning entirely." Among Webb's breathtaking images lies one that sent a ripple of unease through the scientific community. It is an image of a nearly symmetrical spiral galaxy, so perfect, so balanced in shape and color, that it appears almost manufactured. But what shocked experts wasn't just the beauty of the image. It was the unexpected duplication of its spectral signature. In short, Webb was capturing what looked like a perfect mirror version of the same galaxy, slightly displaced in time and space. While gravitational lensing can sometimes create visual distortions that mimic duplication, this was different. Both versions of the galaxy showed synchronized energy fluctuations, identical redshifts, and even matching movement in star clusters, like a cosmic echo of architecture itself. Some theorists are now entertaining the unthinkable. Are we witnessing an artifact of a multiverse? Could there be overlapping realities stitched into the fabric of space-time, visible only through instruments as precise as Webb? If so, the telescope may not only be a window into the distant past but also a window into parallel versions of our own existence. Webb sensors, while primarily focused on the infrared spectrum, can also detect subtle frequency vibrations, essentially the sound signatures of space. In early 2024, while monitoring a dying star in the Carina Nebula, Webb captured a rhythmic low-frequency pattern unlike any other stellar collapse ever recorded. When converted into audible sound waves, the frequency resembled a repeating pulse, spaced with eerie precision. Astrophysicists expected chaotic, irregular patterns typical of dying stars, but this one was eerily ordered. Some compared it to a heartbeat. Others suggested it might resemble a coded transmission. The star had entered its death throes, collapsing into a black hole, and seemed to be signaling as it faded away. Whether this is a naturally occurring cosmic rhythm or something more deliberate remains an open question. But the fact that a dying star might leave behind not just light, but a song, raises unsettling questions. Could the universe be trying to communicate through its deaths? Could there be patterns in cosmic destruction that we have only begun to notice? The data coming from Webb is too vast, too complex, and too alien for human minds alone to analyze. That's why, for the first time, NASA integrated a machine learning model specifically built to interpret Webb's raw telemetry. This AI, trained on known patterns of cosmic phenomena, was tasked with identifying anomalies, things that do not fit our models. It did far more than that. After days of silent number crunching, the model flagged a data stream not once, but 3 times. It showed a spatial region completely devoid of galaxies, stars, or even dust, what astronomers call a void. But within this void, the AI detected an oscillation pattern that didn't match any known artifact or error. When visualized, the data formed a rotational spiral, not of matter, but of gravitational distortion itself. And here's where it gets chilling. The same pattern had appeared briefly in early Hubble data but was dismissed as noise. Webb had now confirmed it. Whatever this phenomenon is, it moves. It pulses. And it bends reality around it like a lens. The AI refused to classify it. In its report, it used a single label, unknown entity. Webb's last revelation may be its most mind-bending yet. While mapping distant galaxies in a sector near the constellation Fornax, astronomers noticed a temporal distortion, a phenomenon where redshift data from galaxies in the same region appeared to move backward in time. That's not just odd. It's impossible under the standard model of cosmology. The redshift of light should increase with distance, representing older, more ancient light. But in this pocket of space, galaxies seemed to reverse age. Their light signatures grew younger the farther out they were. The implications of this are staggering. Either our entire understanding of spacetime is flawed, or there is some kind of error in the cosmic fabric, like a scratch on a record that replays the same note out of order. Some physicists call this phenomenon a time fold. Others believe it could be evidence of a simulation glitch, a sign that reality itself is not what we think. One thing is certain. James Webb may have just proven that time is not as linear or as reliable as we once believed. And in doing so, it has left scientists staring not at answers, but at a void of questions too big to comprehend. Music. So here we are, on the very edge of understanding, staring into a cosmos that no longer obeys the rules we once trusted. The James Webb Space Telescope was meant to confirm our theories, to clarify the origins of the universe, to shed light on the unknown. Instead, it has torn apart the script of modern science. From dark stars born in the shadows of creation to galaxies that grew